What does a guardian ad litem do when family court cases turn into high-conflict disputes? Judges often find themselves in a difficult position. They are asked to make decisions about children based on filings, testimony, and arguments presented by adults who are, by definition, emotionally involved and legally positioned to win. In many of these cases, the court brings in a third party whose role is not to represent either parent, and not to advocate for either side, but to focus on one specific question: what is in the best interests of the child? That person is called a guardian ad litem. The term sounds formal and old-fashioned, but the role is very practical. A guardian ad litem, often shortened to GAL, is one of the court's main tools for seeing beyond legal arguments and into the actual lived reality of a child's situation. Part 1. Basic definition. A guardian ad litem is a court-appointed representative whose job is to advocate for the best interests of a child in a legal proceeding. They are commonly appointed in cases involving child custody disputes, allegations of abuse or neglect, dependency or child protection proceedings, termination of parental rights, or extremely high-conflict family law cases. The exact structure of the role varies by jurisdiction. In some states, a guardian ad litem must be a licensed attorney. In others, the guardian ad litem may be a specially trained advocate or volunteer working under court supervision. In still other systems, there are two roles: a lawyer for the child and a separate guardian ad litem who focuses on investigation and recommendations. But regardless of the local structure, the core purpose is the same. The guardian ad litem is there to represent the interests of the child, not the wishes of the parents. Part 2. Why courts use guardian ad litem. Judges are limited in what they can directly observe. They mostly see written filings, lawyer arguments, sworn testimony, short courtroom appearances. They do not normally visit the child's home, visit the other parent's home, talk to teachers, doctors, or therapists directly, observe daily routines, or see how a child behaves in each household. But those things often matter far more than courtroom performance. So in cases where the court believes it needs a deeper, more independent picture of the child's situation, it appoints a guardian ad litem to go out and gather that information. Part 3. What a guardian ad litem actually does. A guardian ad litem's work is investigative and observational, not prosecutorial. Typical tasks may include interviewing the child in an age-appropriate and non-leading way, interviewing both parents, speaking with other caregivers or relatives, talking to teachers, school counselors, doctors, or therapists, reviewing school records and medical records, reviewing court filings and prior orders, visiting each parent's home, observing interactions between the child and each parent. In some cases, the guardian ad litem may also observe custody exchanges, attend school meetings or medical appointments, review psychological or social service evaluations. The goal is not to build a case for one side. The goal is to build a coherent picture of the child's circumstances, environment, and needs. Part 4. How a guardian ad litem thinks about best interests. Courts often use the phrase "the best interests of the child," but that phrase is not vague in practice. Most states have statutes or case law that list specific factors judges must consider, such as the child's physical safety, the child's emotional well-being, stability and continuity of care, each parent's ability to meet the child's needs, the child's school and community ties. In some cases, the child's own wishes, depending on age and maturity. A guardian ad litem structures their investigation around these kinds of factors. Part 5. What a guardian ad litem produces. At the end of their investigation, a guardian ad litem usually provides one or more of the following: a written report to the court, testimony in a hearing, recommendations regarding custody, visitation, or services. A typical report may include a summary of what the guardian ad litem did, who they spoke to, what they observed, what records they reviewed, what concerns or strengths they identified, and what they recommend the court consider doing. In many jurisdictions, the parties are allowed to read this report, challenge it, and cross-examine the guardian ad litem about it. Part 6. What a guardian ad litem is not. A guardian ad litem does not decide the case, issue court orders, replace the judge, act as a prosecutor or defense attorney, automatically get believed. They advise, the judge decides. This distinction is critical. A guardian ad litem can be influential, but they are not the court. Part 7. How judges treat guardian ad litem reports. Judges often give guardian ad litem reports serious weight because the guardian ad litem is court-appointed. The role is meant to be neutral. The investigation usually goes beyond what the court itself can do, but guardian ad litem reports are not immune from scrutiny. Their methods can be questioned. Their assumptions can be challenged. Their conclusions can be disputed. Their recommendations can be rejected. A guardian ad litem's work is evidence and guidance, not a command. Part 8. Limitations of the role. A guardian ad litem does not see everything. They have limited time, have limited access, only see slices of family life, must rely on what people tell them and what records show. That is why courts treat their work as important, but not infallible. Part 9. Common misunderstandings. Many people mistakenly believe the guardian ad litem decides custody. The guardian ad litem is on one parent's side. The guardian ad litem's recommendation is guaranteed to be followed. None of that is true. The GAL is one input into a larger judicial decision. Summary. A guardian ad litem is the court's eyes and ears outside the courtroom, but the judge remains the one who holds the gavel.
If you like this content, then kindly hit like, subscribe, and share. Caesar commands it.